Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the northern short-tailed shrew, also known as blarina brevicauda. The species also has a few alternate common names, including the short-tailed shrew or the mole shrew. For anybody that's not entirely familiar with what a shrew is, shrews look a lot like mice. They're about the same size. However, they have a lot smaller eyes than mice do, and it's usually kind of hard to see their ears because their fur is pretty thick. The northern short-tailed shrew in particular has about half the normal length of tail that other shrews do, and they're covered in really pretty velvety fur that will vary in color by the season. This species also has a pretty strong distinctive odor that helps deter predators from it. And here on the slide you can see an example of what a northern short-tailed shrew paw print would look like in a field guide. A cool thing about this species is that it's been around since the Pliocene era, and the genus blarina has actually been around for a lot longer. On this range map you can see that these shrews are often found throughout southeastern Canada and the northeastern United States. We actually have them here in North Carolina, but out near the mountains and a little bit on the coast here. When I took mammalogy last fall, we went small mammal trapping in the Great Smokies and actually caught a few in our trapping sessions. So when it comes to habitat, the species will use most terrestrial habitats within its range. They really only need enough vegetation to provide them cover. They spend most of their time underneath leaves, dirt, snow, logs, or rocks in tunnels that they dig. This species isn't really what you would call a pioneer species. You're unlikely to find them directly after a prescribed burn or a forest fire or in a burned field. When it comes to behavior, these shrews spend a lot of their time tunneling and hiding. They do not hibernate, however, most of their day is spent resting. This rest is usually interspersed with many short bursts of activity. These shrews have a pretty cool predation method. Shrews are normally insectivorous, or they're referred to that. Northern short-tailed shrews will actually eat many different small invertebrates such as snails and insects. They'll also eat vertebrates like mice and even snakes. Their saliva paralyzes their prey. They're actually one of the few venomous species of mammals. What's pretty creepy about this species is that they'll sometimes paralyze their prey and then drag it back down into their tunnels to eat it when they feel like it. This species of shrew has a lot of really cool survival adaptations. I already mentioned their toxic saliva, and then they use echolocation to navigate around their tunnels. They have very poor eyesight, so they make up for it with this ability. The winter mortality in the northern short-tailed shrew is usually pretty high. They don't hibernate, so predators can hear them moving around underneath the snow. Their population cycles pretty dramatically from year to year. It'll grow very rapidly one year and then crash the next. It will often take several years for the population rates to even out again after a large event. And then the species is endothermic, meaning that they create their own body heat. So when I was researching this, there's not an incredible amount known about the methods of the northern short-tailed shrew's reproduction. We do know, however, that they are sexually dimorphic, and the males are usually a little bit larger than the females, especially in their heads. Their skulls are bigger, so you can tell that difference between male and female skeletons. Their breeding season lasts throughout the warm months of the summer, usually March to September. Females become sexually mature at 6 weeks of age and males at 12. They'll usually breed 2 to 3 times a year and will have 5 to 7 pups at once. Here you can see their little pink, fleshy, sad babies as they're born. Basically, I've always found this species to be strangely intense for such a small animal, and I hope you enjoy learning about them. Thank you.